All right, FKBT season is over. Took angle of the year. Let me adjust this camera real quick. There we go. So it's a fun year. We got two tournaments that matter left. We've got the Bass Nation Toho tournament. If I can win that or place, I'd say top 3, and some of the other guys have maybe not have the best finishes, I have a chance of winning Angler of the Year in that. Yeah. I'm just coming out today just to fish. We had a system blow through. It's actually nice and cool right now. I don't even have my electronics on. We're just gonna go fish some spots I know about and have some fun. Gonna watch, make sure we don't have any rain or anything come in on us. I think we're gonna be okay. I think most of the system's gonna skirt us. This over here is just the edge of it, should be okay. We'll see what happens, but we're out here. We're gonna have hopefully some fun, catch some fish. Out here at the local lake, and yeah, just fish for fun. Got the lake to myself right now, so might be okay. But I also came out to take this kayak out for what is probably one of the last times I'll run it, depending on how much I can get done tomorrow and the next day. So the Angler of the Year for FKBT won a new kayak. I have it coming in tomorrow. I'm going to meet the people halfway to pick it up. And to be honest, the more research I did about it, the more I kept thinking about it. It's probably going to replace my native. And you all know how much I love my native and how I highly recommend them, and how this is... I've won Angler of the Year out of this thing twice. I can get into small spaces, and it's good for getting over light stuff, and paddling isn't too hard. There are some downsides to it. It's not super fast, even with a pedal drive. Pedal drive, it's about 3 miles an hour max, and even if I huff it, I'm only going to get about another half mile an hour. And then even with a motor, if I put the motor down full speed, 4.5, 4.7 is about where we kind of max out. So it's not the fastest kayak. I have more junk now, and I'm running out of room. And to be honest, if I'm going to go out and fish offshore and on some of these lakes, if it gets windy like this, I'd prefer to have a bigger kayak. And I've been thinking about it, but none of them really kind of fit the mold of what I needed. I was maybe looking at a Slayer 12. I was really excited about that. But I would have to wait about a year or two to pick it up. I've got to save some money. I've got other things to pay for, like I just re-roofed my house. I had to get that done before hurricane season. And now I'm just... So I was kind of just waiting, and then I won this kayak, and I really hadn't done a lot of research into the company and stuff until after... Whoa, can't lose that. Won that. That's a $125 net I don't want to buy. Anyway, I done some research, and I was like, man, this kayak I think has everything that I want. There are a few drawbacks, but I think the improvements that I would get in quality of life stuff are much bigger than what I would get on some of the drawbacks. But when I get it, I'll do a review video. I promised the guys at the FKBT I'd do one because they wanted like a real honest opinion of it. But from what I've seen, people tell me who have had this kayak in the past, and from what I've seen online, it looks like a solid kayak. It's probably not one that people know a lot about or necessarily would think of, but I'll take care of that when I get it. But right now, let's go fishing. Let's have some fun. It's an afternoon bite, and you know how the fish bite out here. They can get crazy, and right now it's perfect. We're kind of in the bowl of the system, a lot of high clouds. There might be some rain way off that way. It might even be a little bit of rain over there, but that's okay. As long as it's not downpouring, we're okay. The other night, I did not bring topwater out. It's like Cardinal Cinnamite. I always have topwater with me. And it was way more optimal than this, but I think the pressure system and the changes that are going on are probably going to drive these fish a little bit more tonight. Like I said. A decent fish. He's not huge. Is it bass? Yeah, it's bass. Okay. Alright. And when they bite like that in the first cast, it's either going to be really, really good, or you just got super lucky, and then the rest of the night's going to suck. It's not a bad one. He's probably, I would say 17, 18 at the most. Nice fish, though. You know,
won this net in a raffle during our championship, and I'm really glad I did, because this is the one net I'm like, oh yeah, I really like to have that Yak Attack net, but man, they're expensive. I'm gonna figure out which way the system is moving. Maybe this way, I don't know. We're trying to get more people involved with the FKBT. We'd like to hit 100 members. I think we're close to 80. But we want to get more people to show up to the live events. Some people come and fish like 1 or 2. If you want to, next year's championship qualification is going to be tougher. It's going to be your top 3 events. I believe that's how they're going to run it. They're going to run it similar to how Hobie BOS does it and how KBF does it. What's that? So you're going to need to fish at least 3 events. Membership is going to be $50. They're thinking about running some open series stuff that's going to be a little bit cheaper for people who aren't sure and just want to try it out. So I think they're discussing somewhere between $20 and $40 for entry on those events. You don't need to be a member. That has not been planned out yet, as far as I know. But it's something you may want to take a look at if you're unsure. But if you are sure and you do want to give it a try, I highly recommend it. It's a good group of guys. Chris Bailey, Sean Spears, Clutter, and Todd Quillen are all real easy to talk to. They're very open about what the club's doing and expenses and things like that. They let us know, hey, this is what the payouts are going to be. This is where all the fees have kind of gone to, that kind of stuff. And they do a good job with it, trying to promote it. They're very, Chris is a really good hype man, real easy guy to talk to. Once, tries to sell the club as best he can. So if you're looking for a club or place, come join us. I mean, I'll fish it again. But if you go to their Facebook page, by the time you see this video, you can see what the trail is going to look like next year. We had a vote on lakes. We had, I think it was a good idea. They decided to hold a vote on lakes that people wanted to fish. So try to get the best turnout possible. So some of the lakes we fished this year, the trail's probably going to look fairly similar to what we had this year. Not too different, but there should be a few other lakes on there. Water in this in the lake right now is up significantly. It's much higher than it was when I was actually fishing it previous, so I may be able to pull one off this dock. There. Oh, that's a good one. The worst part is, I don't think it's much bigger than the one I caught, but it's still, I knew I could probably get one off that dock. Don't think she's going to break 20. 18 and a half. That's a good one. All right, 18 and a halfer. So something else I can do is if you have any questions about FKBT, I'm going to put down their information. I'm going to put the Facebook link in the description. You can message them directly. Also put the email in there. I don't know how well they monitor that. I'm assuming they do okay with it because they talk to sponsors and stuff. But it'll either be Sean or Chris. I don't know what that was. Sean or Chris will get back to you. That may have been a gar. Just the way that kind of hit. But if you have any questions, you talk to those guys. They're easy to talk to. They're cool people. and they'll be able to answer questions a little bit better than I can, because they're the ones that are putting everything together. I can see fish pushing up, way back up in there. We'll get up in there and take a look real quick, and then, oh, he's on. I'm pretty sure that's a gar. Yeah, that's a gar. 100% a gar. The way he popped that. You're fishing topwater. Time you see that slow weight come up behind it, and then it's a little splash, or sometimes the bait gets pushed up out of the water. It's almost always a gar. Let me, we'll get turned around, move over to where I want to fish, and then start making our way back. I'm gonna show you why I keep looking back here in the rain I was talking about. Like this, it was all like outskirts, like high cloud stuff, no problem. This back here, that keeps coming this way. And I think it's gonna skirt us, but I don't want to chance it. I don't want to get caught in that. I think it's a big enough system and it's up high enough that we're not gonna get caught. But let's go over the other side here and work this out a little bit. I saw my first shot of lightning way down there. I didn't hear any big booms, so it's probably way off. Like I said, the system looks like it's up. It's a really big system, so it's probably up real high. I think it's gonna skirt us, but we're gonna get over here and start making our way back, because I don't want to chance it. It's not something I want to mess around with right now. Over this past weekend? No, 2 weekends ago, some buddies were out pre-fishing for a tournament. Some guys I know, and they got caught on headwaters, at least close to the ramp, but they got caught in a tornado. And thank God it wasn't like a super severe one, but one guy got tossed from his kayak in the wind and everything, and they helped him recover. I think he got most of his stuff back. But he's a bigger dude, and he got tossed out of his kayak, which was a Titan. It completely picked it up and flipped it, and I don't want to experience that right now. Now I caught that one up pretty shallow. I'm wondering if I just work the edge here, if I can catch a few more instead of, usually I'm fishing out off, but there's usually hydrilla almost up to the surface of where I'm sitting at right now. And the key is to, find where the hydrilla kind of tapers off and then drops down. I wonder if I just get right up close to the surface up here, and not the surface, but the shoreline up here, and work that around if I can catch some. I bet I can. That's gonna be the weird thing. I bet I can. Usually not that tight to the shoreline. Oh. There he is. Well, that's a good one. Shoot. Yeah, that's a good one. Dang it. This one just, Ooh, that is a good one. Oh, I knew it. I can't let him. There's still junk hydrilla here. I can't let him get into it. Here we go. Oh, stop it, Rick. No, stop. She's probably 22, 23. $22 1/4. All right. That's a good one. It's probably 6.5 pounds maybe. Beautiful fish. Oh, she bit me. She's ready to go. Okay. Peace, big girl. All right, so that's not too bad for only being out for about an hour and a half, hour and 45. 3 good-sized fish, 1 really good one. I'm not gonna complain about it, especially since we're just fun fishing. 2 topwater, 2 chatterbait, 2 topwater, 1 on chatterbait. Had a couple other bites that didn't connect, but yeah, so it's not a bad night of fishing. if you're interested in joining the FKBT next season, again, below I'm going to link, if nothing else, link the video where they talk about what the schedule is going to be for next year. Again, the anglers voted on lakes, and they compiled all the information together, try to decide what lakes people really wanted to fish, and then I'm going to post the link to the Facebook group, and I think they have an email. I'm going to see if I can find their email. I'll post that too. So if you have any questions, you can email them directly, or you can message them on Facebook. Chris or Sean or even Todd might get back to you pretty quick. So I'll put that in the information. If you are thinking about maybe doing it, or you want to give it a try, but you don't have like a kayak yet, look at the Open Series. They're going to try to do an Open Series. Once I get more information on that, I'll put it out. But it's the best way to find information on that is follow the Facebook page. They're going to try to do it. I haven't heard anything concrete yet, but they did have one open this year on Apopka. And I think we had like 6 non-members come out. It wasn't a huge turnout. You know, I think it was like 24, 25 people total, but 6 non-members is good. And then if you are interested in joining, again, it's $50, and then it's I think it's 50. I think they're going to keep the rate the same, around 50 for each tournament. But they always have usually stuff to grab at the end of the tournament, whether it's baits by the sponsors, things like that. They do a pretty good job of that kind of stuff in the post-tourney meetups. So come hang out with us. It's a good group of guys and girls. It's open to anybody who's interested. If you have more questions, email them, get in touch with them. And that being said, I think I'm gonna make a couple more casts here and then head in for the night. Oop, I just got bit right there. See if they come back. Nah, maybe not. Not coming back. All right, all good. Anyway, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.